This is college football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello with column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, February 22nd. Been an interesting weekend around here. I don't know how else to put it. We're here though. We're back. It is you know what? Forget it. Who cares, Landon, about what else has happened in the sports world? USA beat Canada, and that is what we're here to talk about. That's 2 for 2 in the same week. That's 2 gold medals in their own sport. Keep that in mind.
Both in overtime, right?
Both in overtime, yeah. Early goals.
Let them get their hopes up and then just ripped it apart.
Yeah. Jack Hughes, shout out.
Should we have a moment of silence?
That seems counterintuitive to what we're celebrating something, but yeah.
Okay. Should we sing do you want to sing the national anthem?
I don't want to, but if you would like to, I'll listen.
You start a USA chant?
Let's do a standing ovation. That's what we've been doing lately, and it works. So yeah, let's for the United States hockey. Yeah, that's all I'm here to talk about tonight. Nothing else happened in my sports world. So
well, one thing happened in Nashville, but that was it.
Yeah.
Just those 2 things.
We
only count our wins.
Here's the thing: is I've been very careful. I didn't care about basketball when we sucked in December, so I'm just trying not to care too much now.
But you watched the whole game, right?
Actually, no. I've done I didn't watch the whole game. It was one of those where I had it on, cleaning up around the house, doing some things around the house, and would obviously had it on, had the sound on. But no, I'm not dialed in. I'm careful. I'm walking the concourse, as some would say.
Well, I mean, you have better control than me, my friend.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think the fact that I still turn it on in an effort not to care is.
Well, I want to do the same thing, but I end up watching the whole thing. So you have better control.
You just gotta
I'll just be like, I'm gonna not care because I feel like this could go bad, and then I end up. I mean, there's 10 minutes left in the first half, and my heart's pounding out of its chest.
Just save the laundry. Don't vacuum until 2:00. Something like that. You got to be strategic in doing it. This is the way, because I'm gonna pace no matter what. And so it feels less like nervous pacing when I'm doing stuff.
Okay.
When I go and like do the dishes at the 8-minute mark in the first half, and I come back and we're only down by 3 now, rather than down by 7 when I left. I mean, I gotta go, do something in the yard real quick, come back in, and we're winning, and the tides have turned.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good. That I think that was a huge win for Tennessee. I know the last couple opponents, maybe not a great one, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Vandy is a Final Four team because I'm in the camp of not giving Vandy any credit, but when you win on the road, that's a good win.
Hey, they are a 4 seed, apparently. And the most random, I guess they did it last year. I don't remember it. They're like, hey, before we play any games on the weekend, some big games this weekend, what if we ranked all the teams? What if we mock bracketed this right now? None of this is going to matter in 16 hours, but let's do it. And Vandy was a force in that.
It's the same thing with the college football playoff. Like, let's just make people talk about it so we're relevant the whole entire year. And so,
but at least they do that on Tuesday. They don't do it before the game. Like, I'd be doing it Saturday morning on game day.
That'd be sick. Just release it so it gets all jumbled up after it. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Well, then you enjoyed that bracket, whatever it was.
I don't know. Yeah, like what was it? The first 4 seeds?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because they don't end up even seeding it like that, right? Because I guess they do, but then some of it, they're not paired. They're paired because of geography, not.
I think they somewhat keep that.
Yeah.
Like in what they did in there. I don't know because I thought it was stupid, so I didn't take too much interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if they just, they could have done it tonight. It'd make more sense. At least you have a whole week to kind of sit on it. They release it Saturday morning, and then by noon, it doesn't matter anymore. It's very strange. Whatever, do your thing. I don't know. That would frustrate me, though, if I was that person that had to do that. Seems all for naught.
Yeah, I feel that because then, yeah, you're redoing it just a couple hours after.
Speaking of all for naught, one of my favorite plays that I did get to watch. How about the dude that just assaulted Nate Ament for like 30 seconds, and then he just turns around, jumps over him, and hits like a 12-footer.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I know, like, Nate Ament got beat up in that game.
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, how many free throws did he even shoot?
6.
He shot 6. There's no way he only shoots 6 free throws.
Not in that game where they dared.
Yeah,
they dared him to call fouls, which to a degree, I think that's better for Tennessee. Like if we're not getting calls fouled on us, then we're probably usually most of the time we're getting away with crap on the other end. That because we're the more physical basketball team.
Yeah.
So I'm usually okay with that. And that I think pretty much was the case. You had some bigs getting all of our bigs got in foul trouble. But yeah, it was a physical basketball game, and I don't think they were they made some weird calls, but they weren't super ticky-tacky about at least the whole game. They did try to call it tight there early in the second half, tried to rein it back in, and I don't know why basketball refs try to rein. Like, once the tone is set, you're never getting it back. So you're either stuck calling a bunch of fouls, or you look inconsistent, or like I don't know. It just never makes any sense to me when they do that. When they're like, "All right, we're going hard on the whistle here." It's way too late for that, guys.
Yeah, I thought this game was. Number one, if you changed jerseys on Tyler Tanner and Jacoby Gillespie, like I would have known which one is which.
You think they look that much alike?
Well, I think they play very similar too.
Okay.
Like they're both quick and they both shoot the three, and it was like two twin brothers kind of going after it.
Okay.
I also thought Duke Miles would have been a great addition in the portal if we could have landed him.
Where did he come from? For Vanderbilt?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would have been a hate that we didn't get him, but I think that stretch right before the half where I think we were down by like 9 and we cut it to within 4 going into the half. I feel like that was a big kind of, I don't know if it was a momentum shift, but that's what it felt like. It felt like Vanderbilt was going to kind of run away with this game, and we're like, hold on, we're still here. Don't worry.
I was going to say, I don't think it was a full. yeah, full momentum shift isn't the right word, but Tennessee certainly, like, it felt like it was going to get out of hand.
Yeah.
It felt like it was on its way there, and they didn't allow that to happen. No, I mean, you never got the full Natement takeover at any point in the game. Now, he certainly, that's not to say he didn't impact the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But you never got the full Natement takeover. The lineups were really weird. I mean, you can pin that to a degree on Rick Barnes, but it's also tough when you have – did all three of them have 4 fouls at the end of the game?
Who?
Our bigs. Kerry only had 3.
I think
Dwayne Brown
was the
had
only
3.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But racking up fouls there, it made the lineups really interesting. But I thought for what we normally get from Ethan Berg, like I thought he played fine defensively. Amari Evans played well. Played fine, probably the better word to say. But yeah, I mean, just I don't know. It never felt like Tennessee was able to get in a rhythm, and then your best player just never fully takes over. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It wasn't like it was one of those like I think just like a fight. It was like a rock fight the whole time, and Tennessee goes and gets a win.
Yeah, it was a gritty win. It was a total team effort. It wasn't just one. It wasn't Nate Ament scoring 29 points, and that's why you won the ball game. He definitely was a factor, and obviously he hit the last shot that Tennessee needed to go down and get that win. Jacoby Gillespie was really good. I mean, Felix Akpar, I thought played well. I thought Dwayne Brown played good. And, I mean, you mentioned those other two. I mean, one guy that really sticks out to me, and throughout the whole game, I'm like, dude, Bishop Boswell's kind of killing us. Like, I mean, he had 2 like really bad turnovers, and then those 2 shots at the end. I mean, that was so clutch.
I would like, speaking of Felix Akpar, and this is on Rick Barnes a little bit too, and it's harder at Vanderbilt because of the positioning of the benches and getting to the refs. When Felix Akpar comes down with that rebound at the end, and I mean, even if you only have 1 timeout, but if you have 2 timeouts there, they're probably not going to grant you that timeout. You got to try. You don't want to go to the free throw line, as is evident by him missing the front end of the 1-and-1.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the only shot Tennessee missed within the last 3 minutes was the front end of the 1-and-1.
Did Amari hit both? I thought he missed. I guess it would have been in the double bonus there. I thought he missed the front first, hit the second.
Maybe that was the one I'm thinking of. Was Felix Akpar?
His is the possession before.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, I mean, Amari Evans, he made only 1 free throw, so he would have to miss at least 1 there.
Yeah, okay. He definitely hit 1.
But it was kind of over, right? When he did that? Was that the last?
He put it to 4.
Okay, yeah.
He sealed it, but we had
Yeah.
I thought we had a 3-point lead when he got we had a 3-point lead when he got fouled.
Gotcha. So yeah, like up until that point, I think the only missed shot was Felix Akpar's 1.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, down the stretch they played really well. And I mean, that's the thing too, is really I thought in the second half, like, played really good defense. Overhelped at times, which allowed them to get some open looks, especially behind the 3-point line. But beyond that, like, played really good defensively. Also, Vanderbilt just hit everything. Even really dumb shots.
Dude, some of those freaking shots. Tyler Tanner hit 1, Duke Miles hit 1 that they were just basically just chucking up just to
I think it was Duke Miles in like the kind of like the corner there that he's fighting over the ball with someone and then just chucks it up.
Yep. And it goes right in.
That made me think of Shoot It Shane in gym class.
Mm-hmm. It's also one of those things where you're like,
Shay, not Shane.
There's no way Tennessee wins this ball game because, I mean, Vanderbilt's making all these crazy shots. Like, it just felt like they were going to win it in the end. Yeah. But, again, team effort. And it was one of those things where Tennessee's won 15 out of 17 for a reason. They're just better.
Please win the one at home now.
Also, I don't know if you saw my tweet about I said Vanderbilt has the worst arena in all of sports. I mean, we can't even see the coaches half the time. And then when we do, it's only because Vanderbilt's coach is on the court trying to call a timeout.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. You get to run at the ref.
Yeah. Well, somebody,
Crazy.
a Vanderbilt fan, he screenshotted my profile picture and said I had man tits.
Does it look like you have man tits in your profile picture?
I mean, I'm definitely nipping. I wouldn't say I have
Oh.
man tits.
You're nipping in your profile picture?
I mean, it's a dry fit polo and your boy nips. It's okay.
Oh, I know. You're probably nipping right now.
Yeah, 100%.
You nip all the time.
But I wouldn't call that man tits.
No, I think you can nip without man tits. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I told him to send me his and we can compare.
That's kinky. That's kind of, I mean, that's a great reply. It's a little crazy. What if he was underage? What if you're asking an underage boy to send you tit pics?
I mean, I've been called a lot of things. I don't think anybody's ever told me I had man tits before. So
Has anyone called you a pedophile?
I don't think so. No.
That would have been awesome if he was like, I'm 12.
Stop looking
Great.
at man tits.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, where are your parents at? Get your boy under control. No, it's listen, go into Nashville, get a win, and get the heck out of there. No one wants to spend time there anymore. It's a dead city.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, Vanderbilt had 8 blocks.
That's crazy.
What about the FU carry that Jalen Carey got?
Yeah, good. Makes the rivalry more fun.
Yeah.
The rivalry felt alive. It was just obviously really loud, very orange. There was a lot of orange there. You had, I think it was Jacoby Gillespie specifically, showing the Tennessee as he walked past the student section after the buzzer. It's the rivalry really. For whatever reason, maybe it's because more students show up to basketball games or they're more prevalent there. It does feel like more of a rivalry at basketball games than football or baseball games.
Mm-hmm. They Tennessee shot a better free throw percentage than an opposing team. Huge.
I just looked at it; it's still 71%.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but still was better than Vanderbilt. And I do think like that. That's a tough game to play if you're Jalen Carey, because obviously you're trying to press and be like you want to step on their throats a little bit, and especially if you're hearing that from the crowd. But I thought he was pretty good. I mean, obviously didn't have like a great shooting night, but 7 points, 7 rebounds, I thought was a decent enough game to put Tennessee in a position to win. So he wasn't a turnover king. He wasn't just like, hey man, can this guy hit a shot within 3 feet kind of thing. I thought he played pretty well. And dude, during the game, I just find myself like, this sounds bad, but I feel like I'm a Bishop Boswell hater. And then I look at the stats after the game, and I'm like, he didn't play that bad.
He didn't. I feel like he can be frustrating to watch at times.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, probably his best play of the game is when he almost turned it over in the backcourt, and then we go on to score. Right? Was that Jacoby?
Yeah.
I thought it was him. He almost turns it over, gets control of the ball again, beats the guy, and then throws it into someone down low. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, there was one where we're trying to break a press, and he just like freaks out and just throws it into a double team.
Yeah,
and they get a basket out of it. He's had
to
a
be very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm not the only one that probably thinks that. And
no, you're not.
I'm bad when I say it out loud, but
I see.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but like I just feel that way. And then after, I'm like, oh, 9 points, 4 or 7 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Like, oh, he had a decent game. But those 2 baskets at the end, like that, those were huge. I
Tough
went
baskets.
from I was eating my words when he made those 2 shots.
I mean, I think it's easy to be a like I said, it's very frustrating. I think it's the entire team. I mean, we never felt like we were really going to win that game. I feel like we just made too many mistakes. Down the stretch, I don't know. It just didn't feel wonderful. But yeah, you get the win.
Mm-hmm. I felt like we left some 3-point shooters wide open, and
again, I think it's all back into like the old classic Rick Barnes defense. They play good defense, but they overhelp. I feel like there's always that guy that left his man wide open to help. And a lot of times in situations where you're like, why are you helping there?
Right. And it's usually like, I think the 2 times I noticed it, it was a guard on the wing, and Dwayne Brown was the closeout guy. I'm like, where is his actual man at?
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Tennessee wins another one.
I thought for the second year in a row we were going to get beat by some white guy.
The Tyler Nickel?
Yeah. I think he only hit 1 3, but he hit 1 3 that was wide open, and then, started yelling F you, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, he was a good 1 for 8, so maybe they should chant F you Tyler, because he wasn't great.
Yeah, watching him just like yell that and then looking at the box score, I was like, okay, what are we doing?
Do we have 4 more games left this season? That seemed insane. I feel like it's.
Has it not been a long season for you? You think it's flown by?
I don't know. Maybe I've just had I've had a lot of other stuff going on where I just kind of blinked, and it's.
This has felt like a brutal for being in the position we're in, which I think is just credit to like the standards Rick Barnes has changed in the program, but to where the last few years, or last several years, I'm like, yeah, this has been a long, long season.
Yeah. I mean, but Tennessee's kind of sitting pretty right here with, you've won 4 straight. You have Missouri on the road. If you win that game, the only other road game is at South Carolina. Now your home games are Vanderbilt and Alabama, but I feel like you're feeling good about where you're at.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, for again looking at like how the season's gone, I'm shocked that I feel that way. But
yeah,
it's just been it's been a kind of in the same vein as like how you're talking about Bishop Boswell. It's like watching this team is one thing, and then you go and look at this like how the wins and losses have shaken out. You're like, oh okay, why am I so mad?
Right.
And I don't think they'll make a deep run in March. I don't even think we'll be in Nashville long for the SEC tournament, but they've been fine.
They do need JP Estrella back. They need him desperately. Throughout this entire game, I'm like, man, that'd been really nice to have JP Estrella right there.
Sure, but I don't think he turns it a lot. He didn't move the needle a ton.
No, probably not. But it's definitely like, especially when Nate is struggling scoring the basketball, like you need another scoring threat. And there was one time where we had, it was Dwayne Brown, Jalen Carey, Ethan Berg, Bishop Boswell, and Amari Evans. I was like, I mean, there's no way we score a point with this lineup in.
Yeah. I mean, just for the foul trouble alone, it would be nice to have him.
Yeah. So let's get your prediction. The last 4 games, what does Tennessee go?
3-1.
Okay, I like that. I think I would go with the same.
A lot of that's like the home game like aspect of it. I feel like somewhere is a slip up, but the fact that you play your 2 toughest games at home.
Would you rather beat Alabama at home or beat Vanderbilt at home?
I want both. I want both of their heads on a stick. I don't care.
We want both of those at home. We'll take the loss to South Carolina.
Ooh.
We'll take the loss to Missouri.
Okay, I mean better. But, yeah, I'd really like to go 4-0 in this stretch since I'd like to beat both of those teams at home. But the other 2 losses will have been ugly. Are they as ugly as a sweep against Kentucky? That's a great question.
Yeah, Tennessee, if you want my honest opinion, the only way to make up for that, the sweep against Kentucky is to finish out the rest of the season 4-0.
Agreed. I like that. Won't fully make up for it, by the way, but it will go a long way.
And it'll be probably a 2 seed in the SEC tournament.
More than likely.
And maybe a 3 or 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. I like it. Yeah. Can you be a 3 or 4 seed and still be a Cinderella?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind. I don't want the 4 seed then. I
don't know if I've ever heard like a power, whatever you call it in basketball, power 4
be a
referred
Cinderella
to as a Cinderella.
Was NC State not a Cinderella team?
I don't know if they ever had that moniker. Like it was like, I don't know.
Well, DJ Burns was so big they like couldn't put a Cinderella.
Yeah, he's not wearing high heels. It's not happening. Can you imagine putting that guy in a glass slipper?
Yeah.
Is that Cinderella? She have glass slippers?
Yeah, what's the opposite of a skinny princess with slippers? DJ Burns.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just yeah, I mean, that's probably the closest thing to a power 4 Cinderella is them, but I don't remember them being called that.
Oh, DJ Burns is so big. There's no room. Caleb.
There's no reason to do it. Like, why even think about it?
Right. All right. We have a new addition to this team.
Yeah.
Let's introduce him. It's our good friend Trey Scosi. He is going to bring some news.
More news? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, more news. More big news. Oh, Caleb's got the more. Wow. I mean, what
beautiful.
Yeah, I think we were thinking more of like something a little more broad. You know, you guys get deep in the woods on Tennessee sports, which is needed. But we after talking to Caleb and Landon, I think me popping in here, whether it be in the middle of the show or sometimes at the end with a more bigger look on sports. I try to stick in college.
And politics, of course, right?
And politics, yeah. Yeah. Just to switch some things up, though, a little bit. But
is that the RFK Kid Rock in the background going on with you?
Yeah, that's exactly
the American. It's close. It's Lakers Celtics. So I mean, that's pretty much the All-American halftime show. Yeah. But no, as far as like what you guys were kind of talking about, I know Caleb kind of mentioned it, but as far as one of the biggest things I think out of this weekend. Were the committee coming out with their 16 teams. So I know you kind of piggybacked a little bit, but the biggest drawback I got from that was, as far as, we're in the SEC, we like to look at the SEC. I mean, last year we had 14 SEC teams in, and right now kind of looking at the committee that they had for those 16 teams. But, you look at Ken Palm, you can also go and look at Lenardi's, they only got 11 SEC teams in right now. So, the big drop off from last year to this year is the biggest thing that, stood out for me, especially when I looked at those, top 16 seeds that they had there.
Was there only 2 SEC teams?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here.
Yeah, Florida and Vanderbilt, is that it?
Yeah. Vanderbilt and Florida were the 2. Yep. And now they'll come out next weekend again. Mm-hmm. And it is the committee, so I do think it is important to at least look at it, get an idea about it. But that, when I looked at, you guys were talking about, how big of a win that was for Vanderbilt, for Vanderbilt. And I agree. But, kind of looking at those 11 SEC teams and those 4 games you got left for Tennessee, I think you guys are right. You got the big one was Alabama, and you got to play Vanderbilt again. But that game for Missouri, I mean, that's massive. Right now, Joe Lunardi has them as one of the last teams in. So coming up this Tuesday, I mean, that's massive for Missouri. So
and it's at 9:00.
Mm-hmm. Notice that as well.
Ugh. 9:00 in Columbia, Missouri. Gross.
On a Tuesday night in February.
Ugh.
It's going to be cold. But that was a big thing that stood out to me. And, I loved it felt like we had a small preview of what could be the Final Four this weekend. You had the Missouri or the Michigan Duke game playing out in DC, and then you had the Arizona Houston game as well, which I think is great for the sport of college basketball. I love when teams, not as much with the Big 12 game, but when Duke and Michigan, kind of let's put conference play to the side and let's play a huge non-conference game middle of February, risk the injury. I mean, that's awesome stuff.
It is weird. Like, I don't know why it's happening now. It's very strange. It feels like a January game at the latest.
Yeah, but I love it. I mean, it's two powerhouse teams just saying, let's get everyone a good look of what we could see as a massive second weekend and or Final Four game.
How'd they even set that up though? Like, how are there not like when did they start conference?
Yeah, was there no pushback from anybody with that?
Not that I saw. No.
So weird.
Yeah,
I did see they were using the Wilson balls that will be played in the NCAA.
Yeah,
which I don't. Why is every team not doing that?
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're in February. Let's switch over basketballs. Speaking with college basketball, one more thing. This whole I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it with the Bill Self and Darren Peterson. This is getting weird.
So.
It is. I saw he had a comment this past week. Let me pull it up here. Someone finally. He's been so pressed about it. He had, I think it was their midweek game. I don't even remember who it was against. That he hit a big shot at the start of the second half, big three. I think it was within 2 or 3 minutes of the game. And he immediately asked coach sub out. And then Bill Self earlier this week, this was before his weekend game, he finally got asked about it at a press conference. Quote, he hasn't finished games. The bottom line is there's only one way to change the narrative, play. Finish. There's only one way to get people to quit talking. Is this a bigger issue for college sports? In the NIL, a lot of people think this is agent pushing. I just hope this isn't something that we see coming forward.
I just don't understand. How does you playing the most amount of basketball should be how you get drafted higher? What is an agent is he trying to tank him?
It's a good thought. Get to a better team.
With all
but with a lottery, it makes no sense. Like it's set in stone.
Yeah, and all the NBA teams that are currently tanking, that's a whole other fish to fry, is the NBA and their tanking issues. I know Adam Silver's trying to fix that, but it's fascinating to me because I don't feel like we've seen something to this extent where it's almost so blatantly the player trying to ask out,
Well, he's had so many DNPs, right?
Mm-hmm. DMPs or asked out, or there's even been times where he was scheduled to play and then just straight up tip off that morning, get the notification from Pete Thamel,
Can
Peterson's
somebody get
out.
this guy on TikTok live and just straight up ask him hey, do you like playing basketball?
He might. I think I saw someone online, I wish I could credit him, that said he might be the best basketball player that hates playing basketball. Because he's unbelievable when he's out there. I mean, he makes that team click, I
mean, Dick Vitale chimed in this week. He's like, just pick him off the team. Be done with them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that, but.
Yeah, Bill Self's like, hold on.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't even want to imagine. I know some probably Kansas people knows how much money he's making. Gosh. And you can't kick that guy off your team. And try going back to your boosters. Be like, hey, I know I threw out $7 million or $6 million last year, kicked him off the team, but, time to re-up.
I had Snoop Dogg do basically a strip club on our arena one time, and now I'm about to kick off our franchise player.
A little off topic, and maybe you have this. I know we're going to talk about it with Joey Aguilar. I'm back to believing NIL deals are fake and false. I'm sure they're making money, but the largeness of them. Why in the hell could Joey Aguilar's team not say, this is how much he made last year, or this is how much this player's making, this player's making, this player's making? Why?
Yes.
What reason could they not?
Yeah. I think right now we're in the flex of, NIL versus what's it called? Where the school got their rev share. Rev share, yeah. And I think there's a huge gap between, how much did some schools front load with their NIL, and now they're actually depending on the rev share. And rev share is something you can actually enforce with, you can actually take to court, versus NIL is more, who knows? Yeah. So you get deeper in the woods with that, though.
I'm interested with this, with the Joe, because like Caleb, you're like, these contracts aren't real. That kind of made me think of like, can we not just like write one up real quick and
This is the
backdate it or
offer.
something? I mean,
between
what are we doing?
the Joey Aguilar court case and the Trinidad Chambliss court case hearings versus the NCAA, I mean, I don't understand it. To me, those two plus the Bediako case is made me even more realize that like there's a break off coming. You know, these are professional athletes. Let's start treating it like it. And we're just going to have to go with that way.
Well, it wouldn't be like this way if the NCAA would have some sort of, I don't know, if it was even. Like if they were just like consistent with what they were saying, but then they won't let Joey Aguilar play this year, but they let Diego Pavia play last year it was the same thing.
Yeah. And everything I read was that Joey Aguilar had the better case because, I mean, you're taking the Trinidad case and the Joey Aguilar case. You know, those are your two big high-profile college football cases. Joey had the better case, you know, based on the previous NCAA's actions.
Well, Joey doesn't even try to get that other year if Diego Pavia doesn't get his last year.
Yeah.
So it just makes no sense.
No, none of it makes sense. Yeah.
The theories that I see is that the NCAA is taking these cases on, knowing good and well that they're going to lose a lot of them, so they can take this collection of lost cases at the state level, finally take it to the government and be like, look, we need your help. We need government ruling. And I think we're closer to that than most people probably know. So
that is a big bet because like every new legislation that's passed has sided with the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a crazy thing to bet on. I don't know who's advising.
It's also like the judge's like ruling. I mean, the lawyer for the NCAA in the Joey's case was a season ticket holder.
All three of these cases.
That was very strange. I thought that to start that court case, his speech, you know, I thought it was very, very strange.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I mean, can we revoke his
I thought it was a great speech from him to be like, listen, I'm the biggest fan ever.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here saying no. I was like, oh man, that's not going to bode well for Joey.
Those same lawyers got shown a show clause by the judge, the circuit judge in Mississippi that did the Trinidad case, because those lawyers, that lawyer team from the NCAA was the same ones that did the Trinidad case the night before. And they left before the ruling happened. And so the judge in Mississippi ordered them a show clause to come back.
Good Lord. Yeah, I guess they don't have more than a few because they did Bediako's, and I don't know. I figured that they had a few guys with some crazy billable hours running around there, but maybe not.
Well, new QB1 for Tennessee next year. Again.
So what is the Trinidad news? Is it just an injunction right now?
He's got a permanent injunction.
Okay.
The ruling keeps him safe because technically the court case is not done. You know, the injunction.
Well, yeah, there's one like in Indiana, one of the Indiana players, which I didn't realize had an injunction, and now they're threatening to vacate their national championship.
Yeah, a lot of people worry on the Ole Miss side. Is that something that comes? But
who cares?
Ole Miss is not. You still those wins are there. You know, they happen. The games happen.
You hang the banner.
You might have to put a little fold. Last thing I got as far as news, sticking with Ole Miss, great piggyback. Our good friend Lane Kiffin can't keep himself out the news. I don't know if you guys saw this. This time going into Twitter war with the Ole Miss women's basketball coach, Coach Yo. Have you guys seen any of this?
No. Yes, I saw one of her responses. I didn't follow up on it.
Yeah, so
partially.
Ole Miss had a big women's basketball game versus LSU. There was a big thing with Stephen A. Smith came into town. It was the first time, he got caught. I think it was on First Take or maybe his podcast, talking down on Ole Miss in the middle of the playoffs, saying, brothers don't want to go there, all the stuff. But it was a big game for all those reasons. He was there, and Lane Kiffin finally made a post after the game, saying, thanks for helping out for the attendance for Coach Yo, LSU basketball. This is why things are just different here at LSU. Coach Coach Yo woke up the next morning, tweeting back at Lane Kiffin, pretty much saying stuff like, hey, I got the dirt on him. You know, I have the files. So it's just crazy. This LSU, it just even more reason by that first.
Just release it. Why
Yeah,
you
wait.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what does
can't
that
hold
mean?
on to that?
She's got the files. What files is this? Is she?
Do you know?
Does
Remember
she
the
have a
Lane Kiffin
dossier
files?
on him?
How do you spell How do you spell Yo? Is it just Y?
Exactly how you think.
Yeah. And I wish I could tell you how to spell it and more about her, but your boy's unfortunately blocked by the women's basketball head coach at Ole Miss on Twitter. So
Can you say why?
I couldn't tell you. I noticed it one day. And I even went back and looked at my Twitter. I never tweeted at her specifically, but yeah.
I'm about to tweet at Coach Yo. Empty the clip.
Literally, I wish I could. I even tried to bookmark the tweet to come back and look at it, but it won't even let me bookmark it because I'm blocked. But that's as far as I got for the news.
Heck yeah.
First things outside of here. So
Lane Kiffin arguing with
women's basketball coach. That game, man. First SEC game, second week of September. It's going to be crazy when he comes to Oxford.
Well, Trey, appreciate the news, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's talk about the Joey thing because there is. I mean, obviously Tennessee's going to have a QB1. I guess he's moving on. He did go to the baseball game. I mean, at what point is he just like?
Well, he was also in Chattanooga this weekend.
And then
his girlfriend plays for.
Yes, she plays for Northern Kentucky. Maybe.
Is that who they played?
Maybe something like that. I think it is.
I can't remember, but he was at the Mocs. I think it was their senior night.
It was their senior night.
Chattanooga's. They just played in Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's denied. Like, I guess that's kind of it for him. He'll move on, but I think it does stink. It stinks for him. I think as a Tennessee fan, I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like, we saw what he could do, and he was great for the most part. He had some turnover issues for sure. I think he had some limitations, but if you're thinking of where Tennessee was at, yeah, he was, I guess, the best possible.
But it was time to move on. It was.
Yes.
It was absolutely time to move on. We've talked about it. I don't care.
And like this, going back, like when Nico was still here, like the whole plan after Nico was Faison and George to have this quarterback battle.
Right.
So, do you kind of know what your team is a little bit more with Joey having the experience? Yeah, but we've also seen what that team is, and they lost 5 games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm kind of with you, and I'm kind of with the whole like overall thing of college football. Like, I don't think all those like Trinidad Chambliss, whoever, like, I don't think like they should get another year. I feel like junior college should count. Like, you are in college, it should count towards your eligibility. Or, but I do think it's one of those things where if you're saying it does count, then why would you go to a JUCO and not just like a lower level school?
Yeah, sure.
Because because in junior college, you're basically stuck there are you stuck there for 2 years still? Is that still you have to
I
graduate
didn't think you were,
to get
but
in?
I don't know how that works. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of interested to see how who wins this quarterback battle. I mean, I guess like George has the upper hand because he's been here a year, but he's still skinny, and he didn't really like. You don't know really anything about him in terms of him running the offense. Because what did he play against ETSU? Maybe one other game in there.
It's definitely concerning, but it's time for this coaching staff to get somebody ready that they also recruited.
Yeah, 100%. And a guy that like can start for multiple years, because you haven't had the same guy start 2 years, the opening game for 2 years in this system since Josh Heupel got here. It was Joe, Hendon, Joe, Nico, Joey. Now it's going to be George or Faison. So
A lot of
I mean,
Joes.
yeah,
That's the good news.
yeah. We need they've recruited well at the position on paper. Like you said, they need to develop somebody that can go win some football games.
And they do have a guy in George McIntyre that's at least been on campus. I mean, that's the good news. Will it be him? I don't know. But at least they have somebody.
Mm-hmm. Do you have faith? Do you think it really changes your outlook on the season as a whole?
No.
I don't really
think it's a tough
so.
schedule. I think it's a tough schedule. I don't think Joey would have helped you a ton.
Yeah.
If this was last year, it probably does. Like if it was last year's schedule, but this year's schedule, I don't think Joey changes a lot.
Well, what sucks is like this year, do I have a ton of expectations? Maybe not. I just don't know what either of these quarterbacks look like. It's a redshirt freshman and a true freshman going at it.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, okay, the next year though, like they should have experience, and then that's Tennessee's toughest schedule that they've probably ever had.
Sure. Yeah.
So
they already, because it's essentially the same schedule, but you take those road games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's where it makes it more challenging. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see. But you got some dudes at receiver that can, I think, help a young quarterback. I think having that steady Eddie at running back and Deshaun Bishop can help.
You've got a solid group of offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tight end should be good. So, I mean, the pieces are in places. Can this coaching staff help him with play calling? And can whoever it is, can they just go be a dude?
Yep. That's
please need it for my sanity. Also, I mean, if we're trying to depend on like Tennessee winning court cases against eligibility and stuff like that, you can go ahead and mark that up as a loss.
Not happening.
Yeah. It ain't gonna happen. I mean, the only one they did with Nico, and then he left anyway, so it's just not gonna happen.
Develop someone, Josh. That's all we ask.
Yep, please. Man, rough one for baseball.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some water while you dwell on that one for a second.
Okay, before we do that, guys, go check out our good friends at hoviedrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that purchase. They got their new spring collection out. I think they have 3 new hats. One with a cool little smoky logo on there. I think y'all will enjoy. So, go check them out at hoviedrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off. Yeah, baseball loses a non-conference series. Not great, to be honest. Not great at all. I really don't even know where to start with this one. You didn't lose Friday, I guess. Like, that's the silver lining, but you probably could have. But luckily, Tyler Myatt is a really good pinch hitter that hit one 434 feet and kept you alive. But after that, just not great baseball. And I'd like to sit here and kind of blame it on weather or whatever else, but I mean, yesterday you were just bad at the plate. At least you pitched well. Today you got beat in all facets of the game. Base running, situational hitting in general, pitching.
That throw into the dirt. It's just that's a sucky tweet that I've seen on my timeline.
Yeah.
Several times today.
And Braden Krenzel pitched well yesterday. And then he just, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this bullpen. Like, I thought they were going to be really strong and really good, but one thing about Tennessee and was so good under Frank Anderson, and I'm not trying to suggest anything is different over there without him, but they haven't walked batters. Like, you don't pitch if you're going to walk batters or can't control the zone. And Tennessee hit 10 batters this weekend? I mean, it was hard to watch.
When we hit 3 in a row at one point yesterday?
Yeah. Somebody told me that Tennessee had 13 or Kent State had 13 guys reach base without getting a hit.
Yikes.
I mean, you're gonna lose games doing that. I think Tennessee was 0 for 11 or 0 for 12 yesterday with runners in scoring position. I mean, it was just bad all the way around. And I think the starting pitching is really good. They hit some batters too. I'm not trying to suggest they were perfect, but I mean, they're putting you in positions to win. No reason why Landon Mack should have a loss on his record for yesterday. I mean, that was errors. That's another thing. I mean, we went from perfect last weekend to terrible this weekend. So, and Kent State's a good ball club. I'll give them that, but let's not try to. They're not freaking LSU or Arkansas. I mean,
I meant to hand up before you started a little bit on me because I completely dismissed Kent State. You were like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Just go sweep them and be done with it." And then we lose the series.
Yeah, I think they are a regional team. They are picked to win the MAC. But it's a bad series loss. It's at home, like that stinks. And yesterday you scored 1 run. You scored 10 runs in this entire series. And you can't blame it all on the weather because the weather was fine.
It was great Friday and Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was cold today, but it wasn't like cold and rainy. It was just cold.
Right. And the only offense you got was Jay Abernathy and Henry Ford. Other than that, there wasn't much. Blaine Brown had he was one of the best players to ever live last weekend. And this weekend just did not have a good weekend at all. Levi Clark continues to struggle. Like Tennessee needs to get that. You got to move him down or he's got to pick it up because, I mean, it's not like the schedule gets any easier with you go to Texas, then you got Wright State, and then you start SEC play. Like, it does not get any easier from here on out. So they need their dudes to be dudes. And
bad.
I thought this sophomore class was going to have a bigger impact. I thought Jay Abernathy had a good weekend, but he didn't the previous weekend. Tegan Coons, I think, has been really good, but the other 3 guys that you're hoping would take a big step, and Levi Clark, Chris Newstrom, and Manny Marin have struggled. And then Tyler Myatt hits that home run on Friday, and then he does nothing when he gets put in the lineup. So, just a tough series. I mean, you got to shake it off, and I mean, you go win in Texas, no one cares about this, but that's going to be a tall task, especially what we saw this weekend with all the struggles. I mean, there's not one thing that I'm like, well, Tennessee at least does this good because right now there wasn't anything that showed me they were good this weekend.
Yeah, and it's tough right now. It's a series or games in February that like they may not matter, but for them to not matter, you have to get a lot better. You have to do things at a much higher level than you did this weekend. And unfortunately, it's hard to say all that and be in February. That's happening. Like that's something you can say in April when things turn. So, I mean, unfortunately, it is like wait and see, but they've got to get better at a lot of things. And it's easier to look back, for example, at this basketball team and say, well, December sucked because they're playing so good in February.
Yeah. And they got to help themselves out a little bit too. I mean, the base running is bad. I mean, today you had a Henry Ford hits a double with 1 out. Blaine Brown has a 3-0 pitch, and he rolls over to the second baseman instead of taking it. Rolls over to the second baseman. He at least gets Henry Ford over, and then the pitcher throws it behind the back or to the backstop, and it bounces right back to the catcher, and they throw him out at home. I mean, got to help ourselves out a little bit. They load the bases by walking us, and then the first pitch we swing at and roll and hit into a double play. I mean, help yourselves out a little bit, guys. I mean, my goodness, just bad baseball, really bad baseball. And it's a lot of new faces. I think that's something that, I mean, on paper they look super talented, but it's a lot of new faces, and I think leadership, and they need to have a come to Jesus moment and get ready for Texas because, like I said, the schedule doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
If you keep playing like that, you're going to lose a lot of baseball games.
I hope it's not the case.
Yep.
It would it'd make the Kent State losses suck a lot worse. if you end up being that team.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get into some questions real quick.
Some here.
Wrap this show up. Trey, you got any questions for us?
Give me 1 second. I'll get them on. Oops.
Yeah, I had a couple written down for y'all that I either got from something in the chat or I was thinking to myself. One of them about Joey. How many wins do you think Joey Aguilar adds to Tennessee for their schedule next year? The answer could be 0, but
I think it's 0 to
1.
I was gonna say 2. I was gonna give him 2.
Because if you look, I'd say probably closer to 2 than 0.
I gotta think of what are my wins. Like, I gotta look at the schedule. What are my wins anyway?
Because I'm giving him Kentucky because he played so good against Kentucky. I think he could, teams like Georgia Tech could be very effective against, and then maybe Auburn, Arkansas, maybe Vanderbilt. Like, could help somewhere in there. I don't think all of them for sure. But
out of those you just said, though, no Joey, do you still feel confident about Tennessee winning that game, though?
Yeah, I could see it. I could see the other quarterback being able to win against all of them. Yeah. That's why I don't know where I'm at. 0 to 2 somewhere in there. I don't think it's more than 2.
I wish the sports books would have, because I feel like in the NFL it's very easy. They have those win losses out so early. College, they're a little bit more trickier to find, but what that win loss looks like, without the college guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the boat of 4 losses, I think, is what I'm at, and I don't think it changes with Joey.
Interesting.
Like, I think he loses to Texas. I think he loses to LSU. I think he loses to Alabama. I think he loses at A&M. Like, I don't care who the quarterback was. I mean, that's just from what we saw from him last year. Like, those big games, he did not win.
You'd have to think, though, possibly that second year, making that jump. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
But he's
now.
He's 20. Is he 26? Like, how much better is? You think of like a 18-year-old when he gets like, oh, he's 19 to 20 right now. He's matured a little bit. I mean, this guy, he might go the other direction. He's so old.
It's not that old.
We don't get younger in life, do we?
Yeah.
Second question. This is one I found from the chat. Besides Nate Ament, who needs to step up for Tennessee to get to that second weekend?
Rick Barnes.
I said second weekend. I didn't say Final Four.
Okay.
Bishop Boswell. I think you know what you get out of Jacoby, Ament, even like Felix to a degree. If he can be just less volatile, I think Tennessee's a lot better. Keep your good, get rid of your bad.
Mine's probably Jalen Carey.
You don't feel like, speaking of age, you don't feel like we got what we get out of him?
But, like, he was so good at the start of the season, even in some SEC plays, and then he just kind of just fell off. I don't know, he forgot how to make the ball go in the basket.
I think I'd rather have Dwayne Brown than Carey if I have to pick against the two.
Yeah, but I feel like Carey, like Dwayne Brown and Bishop Boswell are kind of consistent. Like, for Tennessee to, like, make a run in March, I feel like they need Jalen Carey to be good.
They say in college you need the 3. I think if you get the 3 players, so I guess the better question would have been, besides Nate and Mitt, who needs to be those 2 that are consistent,
Yeah,
Jacoby's one too. I mean,
yeah. Probably Estrella is a big one. He's probably your 3rd option when he's healthy. Is he even going to be healthy? That's one thing. And you're talking about the 3. I mean, if we're live or die by the 3 in March, I mean, go ahead and get the grave ready. We're done. Dig the hole.
at least we haven't lived by it. So we'll probably die by it somehow, but we haven't.
Yeah, 100%.
Those are the 2 big questions I had, though.
Okay.
As far as what we had tonight.
Cool. All right. Anything else before we wrap this thing up?
That's it for me.
Awesome. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back on, what day is it? Sunday. We'll be back on Thursday with another episode of More Important Issues. Also, the bat flip will be Friday. That will probably be a depressing episode, so maybe not tune in for that. We'll see. Thank y'all again. Have a great week. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.
Home run, slam dunks, give him 6. Boys at MII, they got your big orange face. All year long is the place to be, to hear some Vols for life talking Tennessee. Hate us if you want, but we sure ain't worried about you. We got more